talk to you. Doctor, good doctor, I want to reason with you. There's a deep division going on in this land, and you know the boxed up with you. Like Jesus on the cross, the people had a choice, and in 22 they chose you. Plenty good you have done, for that compliments are due. The high rate of crime gone way down, the young no longer dying by guns. The tranquility here really good, but why supporters can't find you? People calling, people messaging, but the boss ain't answering. He just not responding. Remember where you sit in constituency 8. Your chances can dissipate if your legacy ain't great. Dr. True, where are you? You used to be real humble, people now questioning that view. Doctor, I come here to talk to you. Doctor, listen to the brain say you. Doctor, I come here to talk to you. It's long overdue. Doctor, good doctor, you must conversate us too. Party stall was departing, claim the labor ship sinking, blaming their plight on you. Ministers always traveling, every talk shop attending, foreign development lacking. In its place we have faith, seen some promise fulfilling stage. There's an increase in the minimum wage, low income earners got to upgrade. Healthcare has seen improvements too, but why supporters running from you? People calling, people messaging, the elites ain't answering. None of them responding. They relying on we votes. Just one hand can sink the boat. Their chances can dissipate if their legacy ain't great. Dr. True, where are you? You are trained to care for people. Don't let new power change you. Doctor, I come here to talk to you. Doctor, listen to the brain say you. Doctor, I come here to talk to you. Ow! Doctor, I need to consult with you. Don't let no one dissuade you. Reggie well out there balling, how the government robbing. Garfield and Marie should turn on you. Don't let scandal befriend you, like the prison on the hill. He's still waiting for it to build. You can save your good name. Ball in your court for change. Get off the defensive foot you're on and take a more offensive stand in dealing with opposition. Avoid mistakes others perpetrate. People calling, leaving messages, functionaries ignoring, they just not responding. Some who sucking on your breast, they want you to fail at best. Your chances won't dissipate once your legacy prove great. Dr. Drew, where are you? Stand firm on principle. The people won't abandon you. Doctor, I've come here to talk to you. Doctor, listen to the prince say you. Doctor, I've come here to talk to you.
Sounds of the man Prince A. Brown there. That one is entitled Doctor. A lovely social commentary there by the man Prince A. Brown of Sandy Point, St. Kitts. Strong labor stalwart sending a strong warning to the Prime Minister, Dr. Joe, to wake up and smell the coffee. I'm DJ Marisha, and I'm coming to you live and direct from my bunker here in the Republic of St. Paul, St. Kitts. Yes, you heard it right. The DJ is still here in our beloved Federation. And I decided to just drop in for a few minutes to wish you folks a Merry Christmas, and as well to let everyone know that I'm okay. I am okay. I have been getting phone calls. My phone has been ringing off the hook all night last night and this morning, folks checking in to see how the DJ is doing. And I just want everyone to know the DJ is doing great. After a night rest and upon reflection, I realized that how easy things can change a man's life or change our life in regards to the way that we conduct ourselves. I understand what your people is calling about is the situation down at the Ramada Hotel last evening on the public road to the beach, where I did not get access to the beach. And I am quite happy that a situation like this did not happen to the DJ Mauritia 20, 25, 30 years ago. It would have definitely been a different outcome to what transpired last evening. So, my good people, for those of you who not paying attention to what's happening in our beloved Federation, there are some very troubling issues that was taking place in our beloved Federation over the years. Under Team Unity administration, a lot was done. I must say, under all governments, a lot of good was done, but somewhere along the line, they fall off the way. And for people like myself who try to keep a balance on all issues, I know I'm not going to be loved by everyone, but consistency is important to me. And during the 2022 election campaign, federal election campaign, there was a lot of things that we campaign on, but I try to focus in on things like the electoral office, electoral commission, the good governance agenda, freedom of information, integrity in public life, and that kind of good stuff. And one of the big issue we had was our CBI, the direction of where our country is going. I have said it time and time again. Currently, we have more economic citizens than natural-born Kittitians and Division, and that's going to come back to haunt us in the not-too-distant future. And in my view, it started haunting us already, my good people. Because for a prime minister that has been in office now for over some 3 years, who campaigned about the corrupt CBI prison project there in the Estridge area there, Estridge Estate. And the folks responsible for that building that prison is the Galaxy Group. Also, the folks that owns the Ramada Hotel here in the constituency 6 area, the Hilden area, just between St. Paul's and Newton Ground, right opposite the Methodist church there. We call it the chapel back in the days. There are some very disturbing things that have taken place there. I really had not got too involved in it. I have been to fishers meetings and heard fishermen giving their experience that they tried to go down that road to go fishing and they was chased away by dogs and stuff like that. But I never really um, take it on because I don't believe that these kind of things was happening in our bill of federation. In addition to that, I got some information some months ago that the Ramada hotel there that had a soft opening back, I think it was in 22, somewhere around there under the farm administration, that it have closed its doors. Again, I did not pay much attention. I figure let's hear what the representative for this area have to say in the likes of Dr. Denzel Douglas and Dr. Joel Clark. There will be a budget address, and I expect to hear some updates on what's going on there. I really did not take the time out to listen to the budget address in full because I cannot take the lies anymore. It's very sickening listening to the kind of stuff that goes on in that hallowed hall. It's also bothers me very much the way that the Speaker of the House is handling matters. She's a young lady that I respect. I would use the word I love because she's a very nice person at heart, very professional. I had the luxury of sitting and having conversation with her. So I know she's a lovely young lady, educated, versed with the law and stuff like that. So I know she's capable of doing the job that she was asked to do as Speaker of the House. But it appears as though she allowed these bad actors in the Labour administration, every last one of them, to take advantage of her and take advantage of the House and do a lot of stuff. And when I say this, my good people, I just want to make one example for the speaker to understand what the DJ is speaking about, because I don't want her to think that I am attacking her. I would never attack her publicly without speaking to her first. But I look at the situation during the budget address last Thursday. And while Timothy Harris, Dr. Harris was speaking, there was a lot of crosstalk, a lot of noise coming from the government side. The Prime Minister, Congress Maynard, Dr. Douglas, the AG, all of them was chiming in, interrupting Dr. Clark. I could hear them in the background. And when Dr. Harris tried to make his point, and more than one occasion he tried from different angle, and I heard the speaker telling him that she have ruled on the matter, move on, do not go back to it. And again, he tried to come from a different angle, and she again chastised him to move on. She already spoke on that matter and she ruled, move on. But lo and behold, the same speaker that is telling Dr. Harris to move on, she already ruled on the matter, allow Congress Maynard to stand up and create a whole fiasco. And I think if she wants to be fair, if you're telling Dr. Harris that you already ruled on that matter, move on, then no one from the government side should be coming there and be given the opportunity to come back and politicize the matter. So I think the speaker really need to be a little more consistent, not a little more, a lot more consistent. When she rule on matters that is close, it's close to everyone. And then topics that is not even part of the conversation, you allow Prime Minister to get up and elaborate and all kind of stuff that has nothing to do with the conversation. This is unfair to the citizens. I don't think I need to be sitting and watching television for a whole day, 3 days, with people just arguing. What was discussed in the couple of days in Parliament, they could have done it in one day. Take away all the nonsense and all the bullshit and stick with the facts. And I'm pretty sure many of you would have seen the outcome of what they was trying to hide, a lot of issue with finances. The highlight is the over $700 million in deficit. We found out about that. We found out about um, a, a loan to the hotel there in the Frigate Bay area, interest free. Some $27 million loan, interest free for a while. And there's so much stuff to be concerned about. But my good people, after Dr. Douglas and my representative here in my area did not speak on the Ramada situation, I decided I'm going to do a two-part podcast on the Ramada. I will first do a podcast at night when there's no light, that folks can see that the Ramada is dark, shut down, dead in the waters, no longer operate. And I was successful in doing that. Tuesday evening, I think it was. I did that. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. And a few folks was messaging me, telling me the place is dark, they cannot see anything. That was the whole idea. I wanted to do it that way so that folks understand that the place is dark, nothing a keep. And I decided yesterday afternoon I would wait until in the evening and do the second part of my broadcast from the Ramada, which I did. So I started filming from the area coming from the Newton area, right opposite the Methodist Church there. We call it the chapel. And I started walking across the area, coming to the front, coming to the gate, trying the lobby area and everything. But the music started when I started going down the public road, the public access to the beach. I happened to see a security shed. Security guard was there and said good afternoon and everything. And I informed him that I'm trying to go down to the beach. And he said to me, no problem, but there's some dogs down there. I'll be honest with you, when he said dogs down there, I never expected the size of dog or what I encountered. But for those of you who was online would have seen, and even when I look at the video, in person, the dogs are much bigger than how they appear on the video. But they're heavy dogs. Dogs that I know can topple me one-on-one. So as I continue further down the road, I saw two individuals, a male and female, walking out into the street and two dogs heading towards me. And I was concerned for my safety, honestly, because what I see coming towards me was not a pretty sight. A lot of things could have happened in a very quick time. And I tried to quiet the dogs, and they're still advancing. And as the lady, now turned out to be a young lady by the name of Julia, and a gentleman came up the road, I asked her to please call off her dogs. And I am very upset that my safety was put at risk by this young lady. And it took me 4 actual calls to her to please call off your dogs before she eventually called off the dog and the dog sat down. And she asked who I am. I told her who I was, why I'm there. I'm a journalist. I am trying to see if there's access to the beach as it's supposed to. And she telling me, no, I cannot go down there because it's private property. And I'm trying to explain to this young lady that that road is public access to the beach. And she insisted that no, this is their property. To the point where she said she's gonna call the police. I tell her no problem, go ahead, call the police. So she did dial a few numbers and was given the phone number, I guess, for the Dieppe police station, because the police that showed up was a police from the Dieppe police station. And the security for the Ramada came and spoke to me, and we had a conversation. I had to give them a little education and the beach access in our federation, that it's a public accessibility. No one can tell you cannot go on these beaches, but for whatever reason, our bad actors in government, they give these folks the wrong impression that they can do a lot of things for whatever reason, and they do it. The way things ended up last night, I was kind of shaken up because as I played around in my head with everything that could have happened, my options, what is the best option? Not to escalate the situation, try to do as less damage as possible with the image of the country and myself. I had to think quick, had to be rational, and trying to speak to the young lady who insisted that I don't have rights to where I'm at because I was on private property. As a matter of fact, the head of the security said to me that they are claiming that this is their private property, the public street, the public road. And when I challenged the security on that matter, he's asking me, well, suppose the government sold them the road. I know this government have sold out the seabed, leased out the seabed for some 99 years around the country. I know the government would sell their mother. These new politicians that we have today, they have sold us out. But one thing I sure I was not going to stand for is that private road that I have walked on all my life while growing up in St. Paul's was going to be sold out under my watch. So eventually, the police came and I had to, again, have the conversation, and I let them know. I just need confirmation whether or not it is private or a public road, because I know it to be a public road and it should be accessing the beach. Well, my good people, as the night got later, the matter to me got more devastating, had more concerns. After a long wait, detained by these folks, which I think is against my rights. I think I should be free to walk on the public road, go wherever. I'm not making any problem for anyone. So I think I was denied my rights to walk freely to the beach. I'll leave that up to whoever in authority to guide me and where that would go. But these things cannot go unpunished or unchecked. So the DJ will deal with this matter to the fullest. So as I clear up with the police and the security, they agreed that it was public road and I can go on my way to the beach. By that time, it was too dark. The sun had down and I couldn't really see that well. When I tried to journey further down, I realized that the road was taking a different angle to where I know it to be. And in that direction where I needed to go, I see some other dogs down there, much bigger than the ones that I encounter up top. So I turned around and I came back to the police, gave my assessment, and left the area. My good people, I also came home, took my shower, assessed the situation, what transpired, what I did, what I could have done differently. And I said, you know what? This matter needs to be really dealt with fully. And I reached out to the police officer and filed an official complaint with the police station last evening, with the hopes to follow up with the high command and whoever else that I need to speak to deal with this matter. Because like I said, I heard other people speaking about not having access to the beach down there, but I did not know that this matter was this serious. Which brings me to the issue at hand. Now, we've been talking about this SSZ bill that was presented by the Prime Minister in the federal parliament back on the 31st of July. And had its second reading and second and third reading on the 11th of August of 2025. And some people don't seem to care about what is really happening. My good people, what I experienced last evening down at the Ramada, that area is a special zone, similar to what the Destiny Project will be on Nevis, if it ever take a foothold over there. Now, just imagine that innocent kids walking down that road. I am intercepted by two dogs, big dogs. Like I said, no human being would be able to handle one of those dogs, never mind two of them coming at them. That is as simple as it is. But this young lady, Julia, is informing the DJ, this is private property, get out. You cannot be here. And a security officer that is telling me I need to seek permission to walk on the public street of St. Kitts. This is just one foreigner. I was given some information that the Galaxy Group have sold their interests or their shares of the Ramada to another developer or another investor and skip town since they've been having issues with the CBI. So I do not know if this Julia lady works for Galaxy or the new people. But one thing I am sure about, this matter needs to be addressed. And why I decided to do this live this morning is just to bring our people up to speed of what is really taking place, and we need to pay attention. There are people that are paying attention, but not enough people. Because I filed a police report. I must say the police was called by these individuals last night. And I follow up with a police report after. And you're telling me it's now after 11 o'clock in the AM here in St. Kitts, and I have not heard from anyone, neither police, anyone in government, anyone in authority to find out what transpired down there, what is going on, and how to resolve this matter. Because Sugar Mass and their partying is more important to them than the country. But I have received calls from people across the globe, the UK, the US, Canada, here in St. Paul's, in the region. My phone been going off the hook. All morning, all night last night. As a matter of fact, my boy Laru, I saw about 3 missed calls coming in from him when he should be sleeping. He never stopped calling until I answered my phone, but I was on other calls and I decided I would call him back, checking on me to see if I am okay. There are people that are showing concern. The comments online and everything, there, folks, to me, they're getting it now, the situation that we're dealing with. But our authoritarians, the police, the PSs, the ambassadors, the people that is being paid to run this country, to date, no one have sight fit to pick up the phone and call Mr. Marisha to see really what's going on. So I'm speaking to you, the people. Are you satisfied with what is taking place in our beloved federation? Are you guys satisfied that on St. Kitts, while one individual with 2 dogs see it fit to chase the DJ from the public road in St. Paul's, heading to the beach, and think that the police should come and enforce her decision that I must not have access to the beach? But that is just one person. Now let's move on to the Destiny Project and Nevis. They're talking about some 10,000 families. 10,000 families by 4 is about 40,000. Do you all think that the 13,000 local division and Nevis can take on this kind of inflow of people coming into Nevis to dictate your future, your daily operation when they want to take over and tell you where you could walk, which beach you can go on, which coconut tree you can climb. With all you folks who have invested so much in these countries, in these communities, these people want to come in to tell us where we can go and what we can do. Well, the DJ is saying no to that, you know. And I'm calling on you citizens to step it up. This is the 25th of December 2025, Christmas Day. I see it important enough that I have to come and do this live and call on you, the citizens, to step it up. This agreement with this Destiny Project that the NIA, Premier Brantley, intends to sign, as per Mr. Jensen, by the end of this month, that must not happen. That must not happen. And if that happens, you folks need to take the necessary action legally, the necessary step legally. Flood the streets, flood the offices, and don't stop until this matter is repealed. Just the same on St. Kitts. I have been out there with a few people over the last couple of months doing some awareness marches. Some folks try to make it political. For me, it's not political. For me, I am fighting for the future generation. Our fisher folks, our farmers, and everybody, they have concerns. And as I said at a rally, a town hall last Monday in Nevis, is that these folks have some balls. Because while they try to bring this SSA matter and this destiny matter under the table without informing the people like they should, the Premier had the nerve to call a town hall and is telling the people of Nevis, we are at this town hall to discuss the Destiny Project and not the SSA, and people went along with that bullshit. Well, you know, if the DJ was there, that meeting wouldn't take place unless police put me out. I want to thank people like my boy Tulu, though. Tulu has been a real fighter, a real citizen, a real stalwart throughout all of this. He has attended every match in St. Kitts alongside myself. He's been here on the 26th of September, the 31st of October, the 21st of November, and the 19th of December, just last Friday. And my good people, just imagine the Gasgals. The Gasgals and Nevis. Just imagine those folks understand what is taking place, where the entire family took the time out last Friday and the 19th of December, came down to St. Kitts. I want to big up my brother Charles, my new brother Charles Gaskell, for bringing down his dad. At the end of the match, during our speech, I found out that Brother James Gaskell is some 88 years old. His wife, I think, is 81, and she's blind. Charles' wife and his kids, and some other friends, Mikey, the fisherman, and those guys. To see these folks at that age walk the full route of the match, leaving the West Bus and Ferry Terminal, up the Bayfront towards 4th Street, left on 4th Street, right on Cairn Street, right on Westcare Street, right back down at the waterfront and the Bay Road, and back to the ferry terminal. 88 years of age and 81. Mr. Gaskell, Mr. James Gaskell, holding his wife Hannah at the age of 81, who is blind, leading her around the streets of Bastia to try and save our country, while we have strong, healthy Kittitian and division out there have not lift a leg or a hand or make any financial contribution to the cost of saving their own country. But sugar mass is more important to them. Drinking rum is more important to them. But they're going to wake up one day and realize St. Kitts Nevis is not here. Back to slavery. Back to the colonial days. That's where we're heading. But this DJ don't intend to go there quietly. If we end up back in those days, it would not be a lack of the DJ trying. The DJ will be doing his best. There are some people that say they don't believe in marches because march is militant. They believe they could talk on radio and behind a computer or a smartphone screen all day. Experience have taught me that's not enough. There are some people that might not want to march because, for whatever reason, they hate the DJ. This is not about the DJ, this is about your livelihood. I have listened to the people whispering on the side. I've listened to the people complaining. But when you ask them what are they going to do, they don't know. They don't know. Well, like I said, my good people, I came here this morning for just a few minutes. One is to drop that track by Brother A. Brown. It's good to see a strong Labour man, Labour supporter, took the time out to pen a song, very great social commentary, to let the Prime Minister know he's going down the wrong road and he need to turn around if he expect to get a second term in office. And the situation is this, At this point in time, I don't want to be the bad news bearer, but I think that time has passed. I think that that ship has sailed where the Prime Minister even would have the slightest chance of getting a second term. This Labour train is a state of destruction. They have a lot of distraction going on with the optics and the picture ups and all that they bring and whatever. But the distraction is not going to take away from the destruction road that they're on. They're on a road to destruction and nobody sent them there. You understand? And the thing about it is, when I listen to sensible people, like I did a live broadcast yesterday, a little interview with Pastor Lincoln Hazel of the Glen Barrow organization there. And I see one person made a comment in the thread asking whether or not the $27 million that was given to the Marriott Hotel, if they have to pay it back or is it a gift? That person definitely, they're not really serious, because if $27 million were given to any citizen of this country with a 5% interest or a 10% interest, I'm going to ask my boy, I believe Alvan Brown said he had a bar there over in Nevis. So I think he used to count money over there. So I'm going to ask Alvan Brown. I'm pretty sure he's online. He don't miss these things, to do a little calculation. $20 million at a 27 million at a 5% rate interest over a 5-year period or a 10-year period. How much interest would that now be collecting? So if you're giving a loan interest-free, I'm pretty sure at the end of that loan after 5 years or 10 years, you might have been paying that loan back 3 times. So yes, it is a gift in my view, because it's interest-free. As a matter of fact, Mr. Glen Barrow asked me yesterday to get a message to the Prime Minister that he will do well with a $2 million loan interest-free. He could do wonders for his business and for the community that he lives and for the people of St. Kitts Nevis. So if we're going to be out there giving out these type of loans, special loans as they call it, to stabilize the hotels, let's stabilize everybody. I believe Carbo and Nevis could use a loan. I believe Mikey Slack could use a loan. Jamrock, right here in the village of St. Paul's, there are many businesses. There are many fishermen out there. Their boats need to replace their vehicle. Let's start giving loans to everybody interest-free. And let everybody get a piece of the action. I think we boy Larry could use a loan as well. I'm pretty sure if Diana get a loan interest-free, I'll get a little support on the podcast. So give everybody a loan, not just a special few. And instead of giving them 27 million, give them a little less. Split it, share it around. You know, share it around. Elfrido's there, I'm pretty sure they can use a boost over there as well. My boy over there in Mansion, Junie Mitchum. I'm pretty sure he could step up the shop as well and take care of the community there. My boy Paris Pharmacy, he could spooks up his pharmacy. You know, down there at Garvey's estate, I'm pretty sure my uncle there, Uncle Joseph, could use a loan to spooks up the place as well. Sister Carmen could step up a kitchen. So when you labor rights out there drinking your red Kool-Aid and want to make everything the DJ say politics are political, I passed that a long time ago. Party politics. I'm not supporting any political party. I will support an individual that I have the conversation with, who understand their role when they get into office is the country and the people. Foreign investors are welcome. But I think it's time that the citizens of this country benefit. You got farmers out there dealing with chickens and eggs and stuff. They could use a boost. I'm sure you guys heard the story about not having feed for farmers with the poultry and stuff, where the chicks have died. No compensation for replacement because of lack of feeds for the animals. So it's a lot of joke they're making, eh? I'm not staying here too long, like I said. I just wanted to come and to bust that song there with the man A. Brown, the doctor, sending a little message to Dr. Joe to wake up, turn around. This is the Christmas season. There's a new year coming. Your time to reclaim yourself is very short. My podcast is here. You can come anytime and talk to the people. This is where you started. You was here numerous times. You have an open invitation to come and sit and talk with the DJ. Just don't come with any lies, because the DJ will not sit back and hear lies and don't challenge you on them. But this podcast is open to all of you. The time for the conversation is now. Let's speak to the people. Let's do the right thing. Acknowledge the mistakes and let's move on. Continue lying to cover up what the wrong has been done. Not going to be good. It will not end well. Something has to be done and have to be done fast. So my good people, I'm going to drop this track by the man King Elimat, and I won't be sticking around for too long here. Again, like I said, I just want to give a quick update to folks that the DJ is okay. And as I got up this morning and started assessing what transpired at the Ramada yesterday, there are so many things that could have gone wrong. But thanks to my grandmother, Clemmy Benny, my grandfather, Joe Benny, for what they instill in this young man, the strength. Because the shit that happened yesterday afternoon, 20, 25, 30 years ago, it wouldn't happen like that, you know. Somebody would get hurt. But I am more resilient now, more responsible. And with my training at the NYPD, it really had given me a different outlook on life. Ways to do stuff to better your community. So I really want to be someone that can instill positivity in every aspect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I know no one is perfect, but I try to do my part in the best way possible. So for the haters out there who might want to see the DJ gone. The DJ is still here. I know some of them tried to bury me alive, but I am still breathing. And I want to drop this track to bring some unity to our Kittitians and Division alike. This fight with this Destiny Project, this fight with this SSZ bill is an all-inclusive fight for all Kittitian and Division. It is not a good bill. This SSZ project or this Destiny Project is not good for Nevis. The DJ had a first-hand experience at the Ramada yesterday, and I took a stand. How many Kittitian and Division in our beloved federation would have taken this stand that the DJ took yesterday? The video is on YouTube. The video is on Facebook. Go and take a look at it. Give your comments. The DJ is always open and willing to learn. How many of us, Kittitian, Division, are citizens, resident alike here in St. Kitts Nevis, would have taken that stand? How many of you in the region, in the diaspora, remember Gabby sang a song some years ago, Jack That Beach Is Mine, when they tried to block off the beaches? Whether we want to accept it or not, there are many beaches in our beloved federation that is blocked off from citizens and residents alike. It is against the law. It is not right. We must have access to these beaches. There's a house that built right on the beach at Frigate Bay. It is an illegal construction. But these politicians that we have elected, I guess once they get the kickback, wrong and right doesn't matter. Just as this Destiny Project, rumor have it that they already get paid. Some people already get money. That's why the campaign team out there, from the NIA to the federal cabinet, is pushing for this thing. My good people, the answer is no and must stay no to Destiny.
Country got the historians hard at work. Well, I am one who want to believe that the whole situation is a big, big joke. No, I back in Palm and my sister back in labor, but that can't stop me from loving one another. No, I vote Porrill and she vote Willie Joe. But to box me, sister will have to box me for sure. So when I might set out to destroy labor, which one of them go touch me, sister? Is when labor decide to shoot down Pam, you think me sister go shoot I man? No, it's it is time that we understand that there's a time for labor and a time for Pam. The country is sinking, it needs rebuilding. We have to start uniting and stop fighting. Oh, it's joke we making. It seems to me we are carelessly destroying all the nation. At the rate we are going, we are rapidly approaching the point of inevitable self-destruction. I would like to rest me hand on that crazy louse who's stupid enough to burn down the courthouse. Such a tragical loss is affecting everybody. Yes, gone is the evidence of part of our history. Yet some people say it is their desire to see the whole of my country on fire. It's just a baby, just a baby. For when trouble start, it ain't there, it doesn't. If they take that fire, got a friend, no, it's just a baby, just a baby. Our selfishness, our lust, and our greed make we blind to what we have. We don't know what we need. We must gather our forces and pool our resources. Replace egoism with patriotism. But it's joke we're making. They say we are docile people and how we like plenty fun. Yet I was surprised that day on Church Street to see riot police with machine gun. Whoa. Whoa. The opposition tried to remove the place, to throw the House of Assembly out of place. I want all you politicians listen to me. This divide and rule policy is no good for me. Tell them when they're preaching for secession, some family ties are much too strong. So it's just a baby, just a baby. It's like saying to Star Black, my basement, go back to TVs and take your house and land. No, it's just a baby, just a baby. Same kids and neighbors should live nice. We must live as one, not like cat and mice. We must end fragmentation, forget segregation, promote cooperation between these islands. Oh, it's just we're making. Colonialism done dead and gone, yet some people playing dance. No matter what party control this country, it is time we achieve our independence. Our present system is telling us we can't prosper, so we have to prepare ourselves for a better future. For we can't get tomorrow's job with yesterday's skill. If we plan to survive, we got to produce the will. Imagine I carry a passport, my great Britain, yet I need a visa to go to England. It's just a baby, just a baby. England is lying flat on the back, still they want me to hold up the Union Jack. No, it's just a baby, just a baby. Britain said that we have to go, so let us sit down and reason and plan. We show There's no time to idle, no time for trouble. It's time we get serious. It's time that we start to work and stop making jokes.
Yes, my good people, it's joke they're making. And I want us to deal with the reality of the situation in St. Kitts Nevis. Because as I read some of the comments over the months with these one or two labor rights that living in the outside world, whether in the region or in North America, but in the diaspora in general, many of us leave our beloved federation to go out there for a better life, whether it's Tortola, St. Martin, and Anguilla, wherever, the Virgin Islands, the UK, is we left, go out there for a better life. And many of you leave here with the intention never to return. This DJ have always had St. Kitts Nevis in his heart, more so the village of St. Paul's. I left here with the intention to come back here. So I know for many of you, what we're talking about might not sink in because you have no intention of coming back here. You don't care about your family or friends or the future of the Federation. I understand that. But let's put into perspective. They're talking about putting some 10,000, whether they're libertarians or whatever they are, on the south coast of Nevis. Like I said, 10,000 families. Families of 4, multiply that by 4 is 40,000. That is what they're talking about on Nevis, in a couple of miles under them. Now, information that have reached the DJ have expressed that at least 10,000 passports were sold for that Ramada hotel down there, that project. 10,000 passports. We're talking about 10,000 citizens. We got some serious issue in St. Kitts and Nevis. So my good people, we got 99 problems with our CBI. The DJ is not one of them. The people that we elect, those corrupt, bad actors that we elect in our NIA and our federal cabinet and St. Kitts, that could only see the dollar bill and not the future of our bill of federation, they're the problem. At them you need to take your frustration out on. Instead of you all, the few of you, because you're in the minority, get upset at the DJ for calling out the wrongs and highlighting what is taking place, you all should be more upset with these folks that you elect. An AG that has been declared a criminal, not by the DJ, by a judge, by a sitting judge. An AG that was declared a criminal and is still the AG, has not resigned, has not been terminated. The Prime Minister that I can confirm is a dangerous liar. I have that proof. I know the amount of things he lied about and still lying about. And many of the others in his cabinet that misleading this country. So when we talk about a corrupt administration, the facts are there. We campaigned in 2022 to get rid of the corruption. We claimed that the prison project in Estridge was corrupt. We campaigned that they're going to shut it down. They're in the 4th year, in the first term. The prison project is in full blast. They knew before taking office that the passport for that CBI project was being undersold. They knew. Dwyer told them. The AG is aware. I have WhatsApp where the AG responded to Dwyer saying that it was a good scam, the way the system is set up with those passports. But though he knew there was a scam, he went to Antigua, bringing a brand new DPP to clean house. But the DPP is not functioning because nobody was held accountable for that good scam with that prison project. Instead of the DPP put on the job to deal with those scammers, the Prime Minister and the AG while they try to discredit the MSR team and Mr. Martinez and stop them from, block them, I must say, from operating the MSR hotel and St. Kitts and the movie and film industry, they still use his documents that he filed in court against them to prove underselling. That is what they're using to collect monies. The reality is that this country, this federation, is struggling for cash, is struggling for survival. They are hanging on to survival from the little CBI that coming in. Those cruise ships that come in here, they take more than they bring. But they try to give you the impression that the two cruise industry is so good for St. Kitts Nevis. Yes. I used to keep functions. When I bring up a band from St. Kitts to New York, I bring Small Axe, Grandmasters, the various bands. And when you're going to pay $15,000 for airline ticket and hotel and food and pay a band, and you put them in a hall that is capable of holding 500 people, you see a lot of heads. But when you add the dollar up, the dance could not pay for the lights. But folks see a couple people and then they believe, well, the DJ make a whole bunch of dollars while the DJ was losing. Well, it's the same thing when you see this cruise ship coming in here. You might see these big ships in the harbor. But when they don't take our water and dump the garbage and everything else that take place, what the country end up with? What do we end up with? We're hearing now that to stabilize the Marriott that is swinging regular over there, the country has to loan them 27 million tax-free. Everything over there is tax-free. But you go to the Ramada when it was open, or you go to the Marriott now, a Caribbean down in town might cost you 5 EC. A Caribbean in the strip might cost you 5 EC. But you got the Marriott, a Carib over there, cost you at least 7, 8, or 10 US. You go over there and buy a Carib at the Marriott. The same beer in the same country. The prices are up there. But our government have no problem taking up the country's resources, giving it to them, because, you know, they're going to get a kickback during the election. Somebody pocket going to get something in the back room. But the local citizens are struggling. My good people, I am going to drop my closing song and I'm going to get out of here. But just before I do that, I want to take the time out to big up the good people here. Island Purified Water, the best water people, Main Street, Newton Ground, St. Kitts. I want to big up the man, Brother Scatter. The Powell family for keeping the DJ hydrated when I am in our beloved Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. As I said, my good people, the podcast is really close until the new year. I'll be back on the 7th of January. I've said that a couple of times, and I've been here, I think, at least 3-4 times since that. I'm hoping this would be my final broadcast for the year 2025. But you know, if anything pops up, the DJ will be right back to update you, my good people. Just want to say again, Merry Christmas to all my baby girl and all the folks out there. My son, my daughter, Sister Esther, and the kids, Mokish, Sister Lynn. Just have a pleasant day.
Your country dying and never lend a helping hand. Would you see your children's future dwindle? unification, building a brand new nation. We move on together hand in hand. Rise, citizens, arise. The country is yours, all yours, still yours. Can your conscience be clear? Indulging corruption or misusing public office, being accused of unemployment and crimes, or disrupting a citizen's peace. Oh, my country in this harmony, separated politically. Hatred for a brother cannot love each other. No, I say no, potato. Citizens, let's unite and stand up for rights, all our lives, analyze. Let us reintegrate and correct our mistakes. Reunification, building a brand new nation. We move on together hand in hand. So rise, citizens, arise. The country is yours, all yours, still yours.
Yes, my good people, and that brings us to the end of yet another successful broadcast. As I said, Merry Christmas to one and all. Have a safe day. Enjoy your meal, whatever you do. Just be safe.